Ooh. That's right. Eating banana bread.
Oh, you started?
Yeah. It has started.
Stuck in my mouth.
That's perfect.
Okay, we're back
Good evening,
for another season
friends.
of In the Big Ring,
Yeah.
season 2.
We made it. We didn't get canceled. How about that? I think our ratings have been up.
We have a live studio audience.
Yeah, we have. And so we can do those really like really nice sound things, you know, like when something's really cute, we can hear the oh yeah, exactly like that. Or how about like the really like startled sound, like yes, oh my gosh, yes. So if you can just keep doing that, that'd be great for this whole podcast. But so welcome back, everyone. We made it through yet another Wisconsin winter, which is always fantastic. What?
That's right, big announcement on the thing.
Oh, the big announcement. Well, we can save that for the end.
That'll be the end.
In
That'll
case
be
everyone makes
keep our viewers tuned.
this awful
For the big
substandard programming that they're like, I made it through the first season, and now I made to stick through the first episode of the second season.
This year we're sponsored by
Nothing yet. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have a bed sheet.
We're gonna make a set.
Yeah, we're going to make a set. But we need people to sponsor this bed sheet. And we can just use a Sharpie, and then we're just going to hang it behind us.
So basically we need $5.
I might actually have the bed sheet here, like an old one. And so basically, you just need to come forth with what you're going to offer for your sponsorship. So all of you local, you know, A, B, C level pros, D, E, F, whatever. If you want to get some coverage on media, we can just put your name on this bed sheet.
We'll do the Twitter follow and everything.
We'll have your name and a Twitter.
Instagram.
I think, yeah, I mean, probably like a 1 foot square. You get a 1 foot square on this bed sheet to fill up with whatever you want, basically. I mean, as long as it's you know, civil. Summer, I know you were thinking. So anyways, any local businesses, and just come to us with an offer. I think the price is
Capital View events, race day events.
Yeah. Capital View events, race day events. We're pretty much.
Couples triathlon.
Yeah, exactly. And so, whatever you can offer us, it doesn't need to be much. Thank yous are good. I posted it on our website. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So thank yous. We like baked goods particularly. Banana bread is particularly good. If you know, cookies are also good. You know, that kind of stuff. So just come to us with an offer, and we can give you a full-blown sponsorship and media coverage on In the Big Ring. And we'll probably thank our sponsors every week in one of those really cheesy things, like this program brought to you by, like, the letter J. Yeah, the letter J and the number 15.
I got 2 more viewers coming in.
Yeah, people walking by. Yeah, hi.
Admission's $5.
Yeah.
Goes for
No
their
one
sets.
told me about that.
Yeah, well, I did hear my phone blowing up already. I do have confirmation from Patrick Brady that he is in for the Wisconsin World Championships. So our second place, he was second place last year?
I can pull up the results.
He was second place last year. And we have a special guest in the house tonight, and not only just a live audience, you don't need to be on the camera. Okay?
Someone's a little shy tonight.
Yeah, we could be talking to a wall that just sounds like you, for all everyone knows, okay? So you are not on the camera at all. Like, only half of this couch is, so... Yeah, there's Summer.
Only showing her hands.
So we have the second place, silver place, second is the best finisher from Wisconsin World Championship. which I think is absolutely. I mean, like you gotta put this in perspective that this is second in the world of Wisconsin. So
It's global.
It's global. So
On a very small scale.
Yeah, I mean, if you pretty much not imagine a map of the world and it's just in the shape of Wisconsin.
Well, I mean, Will Smith is racing and he's New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah. So I mean, it is really the world.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Because of that one international.
And Summer's from California, and California's pretty much like a separate country anyway.
It's gonna break off any day now, so.
And then float over to New Zealand anyway.
Anything else.
But yeah, so I think this is our agenda tonight. We have welcome back. So we are here. Thank you for our viewer.
Thanks for being patient while we set up for a big summer with podcasting.
And the other thing is we want feedback on our set too. So
this is not our set.
This is my porch. This is where I live. But the only real props that we own for this show is a Rev 3 triathlon mug, okay, courtesy of Summer. Yeah, I think you need to do that. Like a whistle.
I can't do that.
Or the ooh. Yeah. With that, so that is what we have. So we're gonna make this bench sheet and debut it once we get one sponsor on board. So even if any of you aspiring local athletes want to get more Twitter followers, I think this is a guaranteed way to get. I think with all 15 followers that we have on the @BigRig Twitter account, give or take, we could probably boost your numbers.
I don't even remember when we were in Kona last year and he's like, promote your social media. And
Dan, the other guy.
Yeah, I was like giving like the wrong information. I was like, he's like, what's your Twitter account? I was like,
@BigRig Live, @BigRig Live, and it's also bigriglive@gmail.com.
If you want to email us, we check our email once every 4 months.
I'm gonna check it like 15 times in this episode.
I should probably pull it up now, just in case.
But anyways, so let's just get into the meat. It's been a long winter. I think we had some grandeur plans to do pancakes in Dane County. It didn't really work out, and so we're just gonna need to plan a little bit more. We got busy. Life got in the way. No excuses. But this is the time to let people know. So for next year, I think we want to have a pain cave competition where we would actually go to people's pain caves, see what they've done, see what they've not done.
Well, like a grading scale.
Yeah, and maybe have like a few that we.
Dungeoniest.
Yeah, like the Dungeoniest. So
vintage
anyone in a dorm room would probably do quite well, and we could probably put forth some really junky prizes, like maybe like a water bottle from one of our collections.
Used most likely.
Used most likely.
Not washed since the last use. Caked in the sun for a weekend.
But anyways, so keep that in the back of your head, or the really nice pain caves too. So
It's really good.
I like that a half hour ago you were like, oh, I'm not hungry. And then you just ate.
I'm still not hungry.
You just ate 2/3 of a loaf of banana bread.
It's really good. Once you
I know it is. I know it is. Yeah, it's.
Supposedly I gotta get to Clydesdale for.
Yeah, that's true. We need to get.
We're really close.
You're close. So Ben's on the verge of becoming Clydesdale, and we're just gonna push him over the edge so we can race it.
He's gonna put on a little weight.
So we're probably just. I don't know, what's the quickest way to Clydesdale? Like, just, like Taco Bell after this or something? What do you think? Chipotle? Yeah.
I went to Chipotle today. I can go again.
But
Chipotle's right by my face.
Yeah, Chipotle. I mean, from like...
Just do like the Burrito Challenge.
From like a cost per calorie standpoint, you could probably get one of the highest things there.
Hamburger helper.
But that would be just bloating up. It would just
No, you put on weight.
Oh, good. I've never tried it.
We did a little experiment back in college.
I've never tried it. Well, couldn't we just hit up like a CC's buffet? That's like the most grade Z.
There's a CC's in Madison now.
Well, see, apparently you figured this out, and you know this.
And then there's gonna be a Chick-fil-A. You're coming.
Mm.
I've never been to Chick-fil-A. I don't really know what it
I don't know
is.
either. I never
Just
totally
know it's in
liked
Georgia.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, more people outside.
It is a
Perfect.
huge uproar last year.
Yeah, but anyways, so we're trying to, we could have put that on the, text in your suggestions for
Oh, yeah.
biggest way to digest.
Text me or Lindsay.
Yeah.
Back in our
Yes.
numbers. If you don't have it,
Recipes are perfect.
you're really not okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What was it on The Simpsons where Dr. Nick was like trying to make Homer gain weight?
Oh, just feed him donuts.
No, and the test is that you gotta rub it on a piece of paper, and then if it turns the paper clear, you know that it's your window to make it.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll just follow that.
Greenbush apple fritters.
Yes, yes. In the meantime. So, anyways, Wisconsin World Championships is this weekend. The Lake Mills Triathlon. The distances are officially a
400 meters.
400 meters swim.
Water temperature was measured at 66.
It was
71.
71. I saw
Whoa.
the email that they sent out
Outdated
today.
information.
I'm totally outdated here.
So 71
Bike has now
was
been cut short to
beautiful.
14 miles.
Boo.
Quite. You get our audience in line here.
I know.
We're getting hecklers now.
I just got a message from Gerlich that he just nabbed the KOM from the art, so I think he's choosing Strava segments.
Oh, God.
There should be a new segment. Who's the newest KOM? KOM of the week.
Yeah,
Or
I'll tell him to come over, because we could talk to him like fresh off of this KOM.
Interview him in the moment.
Yeah.
Like Richard Sherman style.
Yeah. He just got it.
Oh, speaking of, that's a funny story. So, me and Summer we're in Asheville. We're riding the Blue Ridge. We're getting ready to ride, and she's like, "Hold on, I gotta start my Strava."
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
no.
a bunch of QOMs from that ride, so thank God I did.
We had to wait for a Strava to load before we started riding.
We weren't waiting.
We weren't waiting. I had it on the clip because you weren't going anywhere.
Oh, come
So
on.
did you are
Yeah,
you maintaining this
yeah,
KOM?
yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So anyways, Lake Mills.
Yeah. Lake Mills.
I'm just trying to get TG to come over, and then we can talk about that. But he said, "What time are you starting?" And I'm like, "We're live now."
We're in broad.
Keep talking, Ben. This is
Okay.
really bad.
Been not planning for this. So, let's see here. Lake Mills we got last year. Top three were Mark Herring got the win.
Mark Herring. By how? What was his time?
56.
Throw out some
But this
splits
was
here.
without the. No, this wasn't this one. Okay, so Mark finished in 56:01.
Dang, I mean, like
PB was 49 seconds behind.
49 seconds.
And
What
then a
kind of
guy named
splits did he-
Jason Meekma.
I don't know who he is.
Oh, this doesn't count because he didn't have a swim because he must have started age group.
Yeah, and I think they gave us swim equalizer for those, so the times are a little.
There were results posted that had the swim included also.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Swim-
had the swim, but I think
also
they
had
gave
people
us
that
swim
didn't.
neutralizer for the people.
So
who
the
did.
third place with the swim was Ryan Novak, and he did it in 58:35. So those are top
Okay.
three, and Corin was in the just outside the podium in fourth, 14 seconds
Mhm.
behind. So that was your podium from last year,
Okay, how about
and
female
the
podium?
only one that I know that's racing this year is PB.
We did. I do have absolute confirmation from PB just as of now that he is in fact racing. Who else do we know who is racing? I think we've had pretty good confirmations that Will is.
Will Smith said he
Okay.
is racing.
Okay, and I think Blake is racing. I do have a first person, conversation with him that he's racing.
Gerlach's racing the swim and the bike, but he's going to cruise the runs. So
Well, he's coming over right now.
we can get confirmation on
Yeah.
his race plans.
Well, we'll talk to him about his,
If he's going to bike to Lake Mills, or if he's going to break his drive rule.
or if he just is going to go after KOMs in the ARC instead of racing.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to just crush these KOMs and not race, and, I don't know, it better be a pretty good KOM.
Female podium was Cindy Bannock had the W.
Okay, and I have confirmation that
she
she is not racing
she's
this
not
year. She'll be
racing.
cheering her athletes.
So
She's
she
not
raced
racing.
in 104.33. Summer, our studio audience,
Woo!
was in 104.44. And third place was Kim Goodall, and she was 105.19.
Nice.
So that was your top three. So
Yeah, and I don't know if Kim is racing or not.
Kim is
She
racing.
is?
Okay. She's on the start list. So we're
Okay.
gonna have a Summer versus Kim showdown.
Iron War. So, Summer, what's your strategy going into this race?
I'm gonna pull a Starkey and
Perfect.
swim and bike as hard as possible, and then try to hang on. So we'll see
Are you
how
gonna
it
drink
goes.
bad performance and blame your performance on your?
No, that is not in the race.
Play the cards you can. Play the cards. Just win it on the bike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
How fast are you hoping to bike? 30, maybe 40 miles an hour?
Yeah,
Ludicrous
somewhere
speed?
around there.
Ludicrous speed?
Yeah.
Cat 1 cyclist speed.
That's right.
Bramke's friend who did the
That's
drive.
my buddy. Or
Was it
a
yours?
friend. Yeah.
Will Smith better watch out for me. That's all I can say.
You'll be like, hey, do you want to just work together on the bike?
I wouldn't do that. It would tarnish my reputation as an official.
Let's just push each other. But anyways, why don't I turn on the light here? It's getting a little bit dark. Oh yeah, it's the
You can get our
cord.
studio
Actually, it's right here.
audience
It's just
to
the
do that.
cord. The one that's a little bit lower and closer to you. Yeah, perfect.
Really great.
Very great. So that we don't look as tan as we did in that other light.
Oh, forecast is gonna be like 60s,
Mhm.
clear skies, no wind. It's gonna rain, but later in the day.
Yeah,
So no torrential downpours like last year. No high winds.
it should be
The
good.
swim should go on as planned,
Yeah.
which means swimmers will get swimmer's itch
Normally people do get some
at Lake Mills.
parasites
Known to
or
happen
funny things.
if you don't swim fast enough.
What do I gotta throw down to avoid this swimmer's itch?
I don't know.
That's scientifically proven.
Not really sure. We'll find
Okay.
out.
We will find out who does and who doesn't.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do some
So-
research post race to see what kind of swim times.
Yeah, I think that would be good with that.
Are we gonna be doing interviews pre-race?
Probably not. I think post race we can do some interviews.
Post-race interviews?
Yeah, I think we did that last year. But yeah, so I think it should be good. And so the bike just got shortened from
14
16
miles.
miles
So-
to 14. So
Will be an asterisk by the bike course record.
Ooh, yeah. So there is a possibility of a course record this year. Now that you mentioned that, because it is
What the course record is?
the bike record.
Course record, like overall.
Mm-hmm.
I can look past years quickly.
Quickly do it. We'll talk about other things in the
Okay,
meantime.
well, last year Mark won 56, and that's pretty fast. Let's just say the course record is 56 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty stinking fast, so it'll be good. So, I don't know, have anything more to add about Lake Mills? I mean, a lot's
It's the
on the
Wisconsin
line.
World Championships, so bring your A game.
Yeah, I think
This is
everyone
far more
is
important
just-
than Ironman Wisconsin.
Everyone is just showing off their fitness that they've gained over the winter and, you know, or lost.
Things happen.
And how much tighter that tri uniform has gotten over the winter. It's shrunk. So, anyways, next up,
Look at the start list for Raleigh.
we have Raleigh preview. The biggest thing is our friends that are there. Paul Eicher, so friend. And the biggest thing that I saw today on Twitter. So, what did Paul get there last year? Second?
Yeah, he finished second to
Is it Bennett?
somebody. Somebody. I can't remember the name. Is it Potts? Look up last year's results.
Yeah. Anyways, he finished second last year. And I see this tweet today from Ironman that he's not on the pro panel.
Eicher isn't?
Yeah, he's not
Oh,
on the pro
man.
panel. And I was like, really?
How can you not have a second place finisher who's wearing bib number 1?
Yeah, who's wearing bib number 1 this year. So second place finisher it's not on the pro panel.
It was Bennett, Greg Bennett.
Greg Bennett. So he finished second to Greg Bennett last year.
That's right, because his wife won the female race.
It was a pretty good field, too. It was a pretty, impressive field. And
this year it's a lot deeper, too. It'll be really awesome.
it's going to be great. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm thinking Iger's going to just have an awesome race. So, Paul, we are rooting for you, and do not take offense if they didn't invite you onto that pro panel, okay? Because in the big ring,
it's the only pro panel that really matters.
It is the only pro panel. I don't know if you saw in the big ring pro panel that had all the people that weren't invited to the pro panel at Ironman Wisconsin.
The one that we were supposed to have, we never really did.
Yeah, it never happened, but we just talked about it.
But the thought was there.
The thought was there.
Well, we kind of did it.
We did it live, because I think everyone had, like, things to do.
This big race they had.
Yeah, I don't know. This big race. And so, anyways, female winner.
Even Mike Riley was on our pro panel.
Yeah, even Mike Riley.
It's official.
Yeah, so female winner.
Nothing's more
She
official
wasn't
than
on the
Mike
pro
Riley.
panel, but she was on our pro panel. And so that's the pro panel that counts. Okay, so Paul, we think that you are going to do great things in this race. Anything more to add? That was sort of a rant.
I'm listening to the pro list.
But yeah, I like.
Gerlach signed it apparently.
Oh, we need to talk about that.
So,
When he
Gerlach
comes
is
over.
in Raleigh or in Lake
Yeah.
Mills.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Reiner, also another Wisconsinite,
Oh,
who's on the
perfect.
list.
Yeah.
So he could have a Wisconsin podium,
1, 2, 3, all Wisconsin.
except someone's going to go Lake Mills.
I don't know anyone else who's racing Raleigh. So.
Paul Ambrose, Jesse Thomas,
Oh.
Lionel Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Gerlach was actually talking about the other day.
When he shows up, we'll get his.
We'll get some women: Mary Beth Ellis, Lindsay Corbin, Amy Marsh, Haley Chura. Those are the only names I recognize.
Interesting.
Cool. That's Raleigh.
Raleigh. Next up, what do we have? Tarmac report. So, winter is over. Potholes have been filled. New tarmac has been laid down. My phone has not been blowing up with tarmac reports live.
I just found one today. Old Sauk Road is closed.
Ooh.
For the next week, they're going to widen the road and put in a shoulder.
Oh. Ooh.
That's like really bad roads. So
Yeah.
all triathletes now can get to the loop pain-free
Yeah. Pain free. They can go. But it's some.
with all their water bottles still in the bike.
That's good. That's really good. But yeah. The other thing is, I know there is a new bike path that's right by Shorewood Pool. Really smooth, beautiful tarmac. The one bummer thing is that they cut down a lot of trees. Between the pool. Yeah. Boo. Summer, you're gonna be here for all the podcasts. So they cut down a lot of like the bigger shade trees, and I mean they planted some new ones. So I'm hoping this is a good decision. I'm hoping it was thought out really well by some arborists, because right now things are really sunny in there and they used to be really shady. But anyways, there is some really nice tarmac and a new bike
More
path.
opportunity to tan.
Yeah, more opportunity to
Look
tan.
at the positives.
Yeah, and or burn. And Shorewood. So that's another good one. And I don't know if we ever reported on the new tarmac on Seminole last year. It's a really good stretch. It's a really nice
Out
stretch.
towards Wayland.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
basically, like the stretch from.
You get that plum on your tires when you go.
Oh, and it's like, it's so nice. And usually you have like a really good tailwind or, coming or
Going
going.
out.
Coming or going. It depends upon when. But it's a nice stretch. I mean,
Makes that
and
headwind
it's
a lot more pleasant.
it's a common cycling route, so I know
Nice
that
wide road.
people have been enjoying it and it's been good. So it's been a very good place. But Any other places that you know of?
I'm sure the loop will get torn up at some point this summer.
Oh man, especially I'm sure they're gonna have like remember that year that the bridge was out and then like
all the triathletes were like
hopping,
walking over the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Town Hall is nice now.
Oh, Town Hall Road?
Yeah.
Is it repaved?
The last time I went, they repaved a lot of it. The worst stretch of it anyway.
Oh
That's
man.
Now that we don't need it anymore.
But I like it because it goes past the honey.
I do
the
like
honeybees. Yeah.
Wait, there are honeybees?
I think it.
It's the last time I take that road.
I've never. They aren't. It's just the honey. Like where I think they do. What's that big honey brand? The local one.
I don't know.
The one with the bees on the bottle.
I just don't like bees.
Oh, they don't bother you. They're in their hives.
So, did you hear about that semi that flipped over with all the bees on the East Coast?
No.
Yeah, it's like last week the semi flipped over and there's like 40,000 bees that escaped. So they had to call in the fire department to like spray it down because that calms them.
Oh.
But like they had video like the truck drivers like running out like freaking out, and then they had those like special uniform people come in and they made like national
That's
news.
pretty much my worst nightmare.
That's okay.
It was on the East Coast. They're not gonna make it.
But honeybees are pretty like. You need to really like make them mad for them to sting you. It's wasps that are jerks. Honeybees are good.
When bee landed on me when we were descending on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
like right here, I was like, get try to steer down.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, we got diverted again. What were we talking
What's
about?
next?
Tarmac.
Yes.
They get recorded all
The next
time.
thing is upcoming races. We have Eagle Man on here. I'm heading out there. These guys should be, but they aren't.
I don't race in the heat.
Me neither.
I love it. Yeah, summer needs it to be like a
45.
yeah, contrary to her name.
50 is like my threshold. It's above 50. I'm
So like Summer is the person who it was like I think a year ago that I was like running in the Arb and it was in the spring and it was very, very cold. It was like probably 40s.
It wasn't that cold.
It was upper 40s. It was upper 40s. It was an
shorts and
overcast.
t-shirt.
No, tri-top without sleeves. And I see her in the Arb and I was like, you're biking too, like not just running. And you were like, oh yeah, I was riding hard. I was like, okay. So, anyways, yeah, there's Eagle Man. The other thing locally, couples triathlon. Big name change for the beloved Capitol View course.
Same course,
race.
different name.
Yeah, same race, different
More
name.
awesome format.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how this format plays out, and I think there's a lot of good changes in store. I know Jen's been working hard on it, so here's your shout out.
Race is almost sold out. So
yeah,
sign
race
up
is
now.
almost sold out.
There's like couplestriathlon.com.
Yeah, Capitol View.
Couples Triathlon Madison.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Just go to Google and type in
Yeah.
couples triathlon.
with that, but yeah, I mean I think that how do they work it that it is now a combined time between the
I think
teams?
so.
I mean, you guys are racing.
Yep.
Do you know
Team,
what
it's
you?
been a hot summer. Hot is HAWT.
Oh, nice. Good, I like it. Play on words.
We were getting matching trucker hats, but
Well, what are you gonna race in? Can we find some outfits?
I need to wear my Rev 3 kit, but we can do accessories.
Don't you have a shimmer suit that you could race in?
I do. Ben does not have a shimmer suit.
I'm far too hefty right now to be wearing any of those things.
I'm saying it's
That's
also
just
a
not
long
gonna
time to
happen.
race in a suit.
If I cut back down to normal weight, I'll think about it. I don't think people want to see that right now.
I think you should just race Clydesdale and just
Own it.
confidence.
You gotta own it.
Confidence. You know, like they always want to have one person that's sort of chunky for the brochures, so people think, oh,
Don't call me fat.
you just told yourself that you were gonna race it.
I didn't say I was fat though.
You said it. So, anyways, I think you would probably, you know what I'm talking about, like the person for the brochures, and they're like, hey,
You can do it.
anyone can do it. Look at how confident this guy is.
Oh.
If he can run around in a Captain America Speedo, so can you. So, yeah, with that, I wonder where Gerlach is. He's, I don't know. But, maybe he pooped himself out on this KOM in the ARB. He could have.
Just like Wisconsin.
Yeah, just like Wisconsin. Just like Wisconsin. You're like, you heard that. You just said that. But, yeah, so I don't even know how this is scored. It's like a combined time between you guys?
10,
Or. Okay. And it's a
That's
full.
his team, and like there's.
And is there like females,
It's like
female, male?
mom and dad, or parents, or
Co-workers.
father, son, co-workers, brother and sister, couples,
Mm-hmm.
best friends.
Yeah.
Sororities, fraternities.
Okay, so you name it, there is.
I can pull up the list.
Yeah,
There's
we don't need to. I mean, this isn't
No?
a long enough list here. But
There's a lot of divisions,
yeah, okay.
and I think then there's like the overall, like king and queen. Jackson Jills is one, and then she's got like she's got like corresponding like for that relay where they win the like a prize. So like father and son get like baseball tickets, or like girls get like a pedicure.
Oh.
You know, like couples get like relationship counseling, or
You're like, here, you've been married for over 10 years.
you need this right now.
Have some counseling. You probably need this.
Here's some lawyers you may want to call.
Yeah, here's some lawyers. We have all kinds of ideas for you then. So anyway, speaking of Jen, just another shout out. I think the cookie project went off with a pretty good progress on things or results.
Yep.
I think big shout out to everyone in the Madison Tri and Cycling community who baked cookies, because it was a lot of baking that everyone did. And I think it went well with that. So
Ironman just wrote an article on
people
Ironman
are walking
today.
by and giving us some really funny looks because we're talking to a computer on the board.
They have no idea this is where.
They have no idea that this is a set for such a prestigious show.
You guys want to sponsor us?
Yeah, you want to sponsor us? Do you want to be on our show? You can come on in. I don't think they pretend not to know us. But, anyways, next. We have Eagle Man texting questions to Ben Lindsay.
You want to get on the show to do the announcement?
I'm not doing the announcement.
Summer
so
vacation.
shy today. So cute.
It was your idea.
Mutually, it was our idea.
It's just a voice in the background, so that's okay. I think you guys went down to Road 3 Knoxville, and we can talk about that.
Sure.
So that was last weekend before?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. How was Road 3 Knoxville?
Awesome.
Awesome?
It was also the age group series championship and the pro series championship. So the championship courses were halfway between Olympic distance and a half iron distance.
And you were racing for the series, weren't you?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So that was really interesting and kind of a challenge to pace correct it.
Yeah. How did you feel like the field was going? I mean, did you feel like it was a true championship event, and did you feel like it attracted a good sized field and things?
Yeah, there were some really strong competitors there.
Okay.
So I definitely got worked over by the girls in my age group anyway.
Worked over.
But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Good experience.
Nice. with that. And are they going to continue to host a race in Knoxville, from what you know?
Yes, and it'll be the age group championship again next year. But they're done with the Pro Series now.
Yeah.
So
With that, thoughts on that? It seems to be a topic that some people have some pretty strong opinions on, and so dish it.
right, yeah, it's kind of an unfortunate thing, but so many pros are chasing Kona points or Vegas points, and
Yeah.
Rev 3 has been paying out these big prize purses and just not getting the same attention or the same depth of fields that Ironman races are getting done. So they've decided to kind of shift things starting this year and start awarding age groupers prize money in certain races in the series. So check out their website, see which races are included in that. The half at Wisconsin Dells will offer prize money this year.
So how much?
I think first place is like 500 or something like that, and it
That's
goes
So it's
down.
like male, female,
Yeah,
40
male,
and
female,
above, and 40 and
yeah,
below.
under 40.
So there's like
40.
4
That's
different
cool.
races.
So there's
that
a
are female.
Masters possibility of winning, and
Yeah, so that should hopefully attract some good age group competition and be a fun addition for them.
nice.
Yeah.
And when is Rev 3 Wisconsin?
It's the third weekend.
June 22nd.
Yes, June
Okay.
22nd, thank you.
You're welcome.
22nd.
I will be working at the race this year, so
Not racing?
no, I'm not racing. I'll be, shuttling things between aid stations, etc. So
Nice. Do you get to drive on one of
give
those little gators?
I hope so. I'm going to campaign really hard to get strong.
I definitely would.
So yeah.
Well, that'll be good.
Yeah,
That'll be good. It sounds like
Just don't run out of gas.
exactly.
this has happened to you, hasn't it?
No, I got to the gas station both times.
Gas station, maybe. With that, well, good. What is on your plate for this coming season?
I'm still figuring that out. So I'm racing a lot in June.
Okay.
And then I don't
What does a
really know
lot
after
mean?
that.
I mean, like
It's for a lot.
Means
pretty relative
Lake
to a
Mills
lot of
this
people.
weekend, yeah.
Okay.
Then couples triathlon the next
Uh-huh.
weekend after officiating Elkhart.
Uh-huh.
And then probably Rockford triathlon the week after.
Nice.
Then weekend off for Dells, and then
Uh-huh.
racing IT Chicago. So
Nice.
almost every
Should
weekend.
be great.
Yeah.
Should be fantastic. Welcome. DJ, come on in. I feel like this is, like a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when he's just like sitting there and he's like, oh, look, a visitor.
Welcome to the new show.
What's going on? How come I can smell the chicken drummer? I didn't know it was this far up.
Yeah,
You want some banana bread?
Here, I'm gonna adjust our camera over here.
Yeah, I was racing over here. I was
Let's
hop in the shower real quick. Do my good job. There's no shower to get back, obviously.
How are your KOMs?
Well, the thing is I don't even know how I even got on this, but I'm swimming with Blake a little bit here and there, and somehow we got talking about Strava, and I'm not a big Strava user.
Is everyone on here from your viewing angle?
Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, we're live.
Okay.
Like I said, this is like the total Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I'm sorry.
So
You
Blake.
smell good, TJ.
No, I can't smell that good. I just
No.
I didn't ride at the Garmin, but I was pushing a lot of watts because I was going head to head. I had my light flashing, doing like the quick pulse flash, and some of the drivers were kind of looking like, what's this kid doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to this podcast.
I'm in a hurry. I want to make sure we're still in the air when I get here.
Let's live right now.
No, so Blake mentioned Strava. I don't know how we were talking about it, but I was like, I've been logged into that site for like 2 years. I should log back in and see what's going on and whatnot. And
So how long ago was this?
this was last night.
Don't get
Okay, this is
Don't
last
get
night.
sucked in.
No, I'm not gonna get sucked in because for me it's ridiculous. Like so many things change. So weather patterns change.
Yeah.
This is you can appreciate this because you ride around here, but the Arboretum has got steadily worse and worse and worse in terms of road conditions.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's like dodging potholes.
Well, exactly. So this particular KOM has been there since mid 2012. That's 2 winters. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, it's not going to get any easier unless they magically decide to repave the whole thing.
At which point everyone's going to go back out and try and go after the
Well, exactly. So I was like, you know what? We should go out there. I got the new Trek. Speed Concept.
Yeah,
That's
you
the truck store.
You can plug that. Yeah, plug it. We're no shame on this.
So,
no shame.
If people know, I have one of the oldest bikes out there, a 2010 Speed Concept. I use it for 2010, 11, 12.
Yeah, you rocked that.
And I use it for Ironman Texas, so 14. So that's 5 years, 5 different calendar years.
Yeah.
I used the bike, so I finally upgraded because it was, you know, basically it's being held together by duct tape.
Literally. Quite literally.
Literally,
yes.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
And
some of it was holding together. Some of it was aerodynamic.
Yeah, exactly.
Clear.
So I figured, you know, with a new bike, I was like, you know, talking to Blake, I said, you know what? I should just go out and see if I can grab this KOM. You know, there's 4,900 rides on it, you know. 670 different people.
So what?
You know? So
What is it? Is it the full stretch of the arm?
Yeah,
or is
full stretch of the arm.
Northbound or southbound?
No, I would never do southbound because that's downhill. You know, and I'm never like, I don't know, like the whole idea of Strava to begin with is like just, in my opinion, just dangerous. Accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So there's too many conditions that can change. You could be out there motor pacing people for all I know. So like, who knows?
I take bribes if you want some bribes.
So like, you know, the point is that it's just a crap.
I'll keep silent. I'll keep silent. I won't tell anyone.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a complete crapshoot for the most part. So unless you have like a really close knit group of friends that you're kind of working off of, I guess. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, you never know.
Yeah.
And that particular day, there could have been a 45-mile-per-hour tailwind for all.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's basically like a weather watchers and have the time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
so I'm not really big into it, but I was like, you know what? This one's been around for such a long period of time, and I don't mind doing it in the R because it's pretty low vehicle traffic.
Yeah, and it's basically a nature preserve, so vehicles are going pretty small.
Yeah,
very slowly.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't even have one single with me car.
Did you cut the tangents on the road?
Well, I tried to. You can't really cut the tangents because the road. Have you been there lately?
You're just dodging potholes.
It is a total crapshoot. I mean, I told Blake today because I told him I was like, I took a look at it last night and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to go for this one, and I had been riding in the Arb a little bit just because I didn't want to take my bike out too far and then be out in, you know, like Lodi and then have it break down because it's new and something slipped or something.
Yeah.
So you want to be close to home kind of as an experiment.
Yeah, you're just sort of testing the waters. I mean, how many rides have you gone on this thing? This is like
this third ride.
Okay.
I got it last weekend, but it took a while to get the bike set up and
what
coordinates.
Color?
Black.
Just another standard black. Okay.
So I was joking around with Blake today at the pool. I was like, you know, that one, you know, because there's a section where the vehicles coming from the south and the north meet at the kind of Arb Center.
Yes.
And, you know, they can't get through, but there's that little way for the bikes to get through. You know, the little like motorcycle, bicycle path.
There's a lot of
gravel. So I was like, I'm pretty cautious. So I'm like, Blake, I gotta take my broom out there.
You did not.
No, I didn't take my broom out there. I didn't take it.
I thought about it.
But you were thinking about it.
Honestly, because like I knew that one turn right there was gonna be really dicey.
And it's at the bottom. If you were going north, that's like max
my
speed
whole
right
split
there.
for the whole thing. Think about this was 42 kilometers an hour going uphill through the Arb. So think about at that point, which is a little bit downhill, and it's, you know, kind of like bumpy right before there, you know. It's like,
and there's always that bump that you need to bunny hop.
Exactly. So it's like I was just like, I should just bring a broom out there, but I don't have a broom, and how am I gonna get the broom out there? So I was just like, whatever, just deal with it. So
I'm just gonna bring a broom and just stick up.
I figured this thing's gonna be close, anyways. I can go out right whenever I want. It's not ideal conditions because the winds were crap today. I'm gonna try for this. So I was like, you know what, whatever. We'll give it one good shot, and if I don't do it, then whatever. But so, you know, I hit the lap button. I'm just going balls out, and it's hard because it's an.
So is it basically from the entrance, the south
entrance, from the entrance
to the bridge?
Yes, basically. So, you know, I'm trying, but I'm starting from the north side. So I'm starting from the bridge.
Okay.
So I'm going uphill.
Okay.
So I'm going to help
But
do
you
it.
still get, it's
But
still
so-
a little downhill though. I mean,
But that's
it's net uphill.
it's undoing. And so I'm working through it, and I don't know exactly where it starts or it finishes.
Mhm.
So I hit the lap button, and I know the time is 6:26 to beat. And so I'm getting close to the very end, and like it was just so close. It's one of those things, it was like it could be anywhere, like, definitely within a second or two. Like maybe I should put the 808 on there or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like the arrow weenie. Like,
Yeah, we've all been there.
really gonna kick myself if I lose it by a second.
Yeah, you're like, I should have put a skin suit on.
I took it home, I plugged it in, I nabbed it by a second.
Oh, congratulations!
Jeff Otto took him down.
Jeff
baby.
Otto.
Jeff Otto. So he's probably out there right
He's
now.
getting ready for
Like,
tomorrow's ride.
Well,
Yeah.
Blake says he lives in Milwaukee, so he's a big time trial. So he comes up here as a time trial rides.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah.
He's really good.
So
Yeah.
it took 374 is what it took. So
374.
for 625.
Yeah.
I had a good 400 going for a while, but then on the downhills it really kills your power. So.
Yeah.
By the way, is my bike safe out there? I mean, I know my bike is a piece of junk, but
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried
all right,
about
this
it.
neighborhood, you never know.
Yeah.
Got 4
Pretty
people
sketchy.
watching.
Well, I lived down here when I was a student, like not like maybe 3 blocks. The
Yeah.
red house down there on
Yeah.
the corner
Yeah.
of Randall,
Uh-huh.
right down by the quick pantry, and I had my girlfriend's bike. It was a Gary Fisher old mountain bike.
Yeah.
We had locked it up to like the chain post.
Mhm.
We were all watching like The Sixth Sense or some movie inside.
Oh
And I
gosh.
got this weird feeling, and I go, I want to say it was October time. I go outside, and her bike was gone.
Aww.
So,
Watching The Sixth Sense and you have a Sixth Sense and the bike's gone.
yeah, it was weird. It was very awkward.
Good thing you moved out of there. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So what else is going on? What are the topics of conversation?
This is what we talked about already. We actually
You're just finishing up as
we
you
just
were.
finished up until you we
Oh,
talked about
okay.
what we've been up to. One thing that we're starting for this year is we're going to have a set, which is basically which is going to be a sheet that we have behind us.
Okay.
That
And
sheet.
people can purchase squares.
And we'll throw your like social
advertising.
media
Yeah.
on there,
Yeah.
blog.
But the thing is that since our budget is pretty much nothing, you just come to us with your idea.
Okay.
So if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I'll give you a rotisserie chicken
Oh,
for
okay.
a 1 foot by 1 foot square, we'd say, absolutely.
All right. I got some ideas.
Yeah,
I was thinking about doing some other trades though, maybe some treadmill time or something.
we take treadmill time too. Whatever, so you just come to us with an offer.
So this is kind of like the $1 million homepage, except.
Yeah, exactly.
Exact same idea.
So, and since we're shameless about everything, you have a 1 foot square on the sheet. Obviously, the good ones are going to go first.
Well, yeah, you definitely want to grab they're all the same price, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's all-
but
it's
first
all
come,
barter.
first serve, but it's all barter.
So you get like a centerpiece, or
Yeah.
if you wait too long, it'll be like behind one of our heads.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
And you can put like your Twitter and
So this is you're local. So this is all gonna be right here on the porch from now on.
wherever we feel like it, really. This is probably the nicer.
Well, you have to hang the sheet, so you can't really be moving that off unless you want to keep hanging the sheet.
I don't know, just like
Just hang it from a
some
tree or
duct tape.
something.
Yeah,
And
I figured we could duct tape it.
No, we should get like memorabilia. We need like your old masking tape wheel. Like in the back.
okay, so
Where
okay,
is that still
here's the
intact?
thing. Okay, so this is a new development.
Oh.
So the one thing I did do today, the boys at Catalyst, it's a really nice. It's a set of young guys who are doing kind of like it's not Kickstarter, but they basically decided, okay, there's a need for this type of product, and they're making carbon fiber disc covers for disc wheels. And so I've always been a big fan of homemade discs for various reasons. One being because I feel like they handle better, they're repairable,
Cheap, economical.
they're cheap, they're
Aerodynamically
lightweight, they're
efficient.
aerodynamic.
Ride quality is probably better.
You don't get nearly as many saddle sores and shake ass, so there's all kinds of benefits.
Mhm.
And so the boys sent me one, and I was gonna ride it at Lake Mills, but I didn't want to be riding it at Lake Mills for the first time. Like had like the chain come off and go into the thing. Rips the, rips it off. Well, I better at least try it out tonight to make sure it's working. So I did put the catalyst cover on my rear wheel. So it was, it was a disc wheel. It was a virgin disc wheel.
That's all the difference.
Yeah, so it's not exactly the tape job. It's much more professional. It actually looks pretty legit. It looks pretty legit.
Yeah, you're getting pretty fancy on us here.
Joe, we're going to transition at midnight to check out the wheel and try it.
But so I gotta say, first ride on the product, and it worked out pretty well.
New bike, new wheel.
Well, the wheel's the same wheel, but the disc
Let's
be realistic. You're on a budget. We're not getting new wheels every year. All right? Not exactly Sebastian.
Yeah. We could put some little I don't know, stripes or something on your bike to make it a custom paint.
Yeah, we could do something.
Yeah, something cool.
How do we even start talking about?
We're like,
my roommate in Tucson, I have lots of nicknames in the years, but he calls me Thomas the Tangent, because I always just start on the tangent.
No, that's good. That's not a good conversation.
Very good evening.
You never know how we actually got it.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
But yeah, so no more. It was about, I don't know, we were hanging the thing up.
Hanging the sheets, yeah. So
I'm back to the do-it-yourself disc, but it's a nice disc. It's carbon fiber. Doesn't have that strapping quality.
Well, we'll see if it it's one of those things. That's what we like about you. You'll tell like it is.
All right. So since I missed the show, though, we got the new donation segment basically for the
barter. Donation sounds so.
We should do a Kickstarter project.
Yeah.
But what about who's racing this weekend?
I am.
Summer's racing.
And you are, apparently? Last time I talked to you?
I got this foot injury, so I'm not really, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been running on it, and I've been running on it lately.
Is this the Achilles?
No, this is the plantar.
Okay.
The problem is that before I run, I always, work into it. I massage it, I stretch, I foam roll, I make sure that baby is lubed up.
Yeah, like a piece of meat, all tenderized,
tenderized. Take the meat hammer. Actually, I'll tell you about the meat hammer. I'll tell you about it in a second.
Yeah.
I'm serious. So the hard part about it is that when you're swimming, your foot is in a kind of a flex state.
Plantar
so then you get up out of the water, and you immediately so you tear all those fibers again because you've been in that shoulder state. Now you want to lengthen.
I'm sorry, I just have this picture of you.
So somebody explained to me. I met this guy in Tucson regarding the planner was it's been very hit and miss. But this guy is selling it to me like this. He's selling it to me like, okay, the St. Louis Arch. Yeah. There's an arch in St. Louis, and if you ever put together the puzzle, there's a puzzle where you can actually build an arch yourself. If you
like one of those 3D puzzles.
Well, but it's almost like Super Block. Super Block, and you kind of build it up like that.
Okay.
And the key to this puzzle is the keystone. You push down on the keystone, and it actually makes the arch stronger. But if you push up from the bottom, it makes it weaker. So you think about like arch supports in your shoes. If you're pushing, if you're providing support for your foot is going to get weaker. So this guy he's a big barefoot advocate and whatnot. So when I was in Tucson, after every run, I would go and I would walk barefoot on tons of little pebbles, which Tucson is full of, and there's sharp ones as well. And that's kind of like a little meat tenderizer.
Yeah.
Tenderizing the feet, tenderizing the plant. So
maybe that run through transition is all you need.
Well, I did it at Texas, and that was an hour swim. It was a 52-minute swim, so it's a lot longer versus the 5-minute swim. Yeah. But in the moment you don't really feel anything.
Yeah, because you're sort of
you got the adrenaline going, but it's the after. It's like you really set it back a couple days.
Yeah,
so,
we don't want you to do that.
We'll see. I may just end up just swimming hard and biking hard.
We actually also noticed prior to the show that you're signed up for Raleigh. Is that what you pointed out?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. So my old bike is actually cracked.
Oh no.
So it's convenient that I got
cracked, right?
the stem crack.
Oh no.
The stem crack. So you have a 9 Series bike, right?
Yep.
So it's a proprietary part. It's one of those things, you know. And so my bike was on Tri-Bike Transport.
Yeah.
I didn't know when I was going to get it. I didn't know when I was going to get my bike, my new bike.
Yeah.
Either it all fitted. So I was like, you know, I can't do Raleigh because it's just I'm not going to know what.
Oh,
to do,
yeah.
I mean, in hindsight now, I guess I could have left today and gotten down there. And it's on Saturday or Sunday.
I don't know.
Sunday.
I guess I could have given it a try, but 13.1 miles is a long way to run. Versus, you know, I just dropped a 6:16 today, baby. All right.
You're there.
That's the fastest mile I've ran in 6 months.
You're there.
Not there.
No.
But, getting better.
You could just start winning on the bike. We're
gonna go back to when I had the Achilles injury. It's gonna be a lot of. Well, I wasn't nearly the swimmer. I really worked on the swim this year in the off season, which is why I haven't been doing my blog updates because I've been swimming nonstop. Everybody in Tucson was like, "You live at the wreck?" And I'm like, "Yes, I live at the wreck." I sometimes I get out of the water from like the 6K swim, and somebody's there like doing another swim. I'm like, "All right,
why not?
Put the speedo back in."
Yeah.
10K.
That's
baby.
right, 10K day. That's right.
Why not? So that's why the blog updates haven't been going. But
that's okay.
It's definitely going to be, for now, it's going to be a swim all out, bike all out, just see what happens on the So, how are you feeling? No, you.
Me?
Yeah. Because you didn't race at all last year.
I didn't race at all last year. It's been over a year. It's been over a year of rehabbing.
So are you excited?
I'm excited. It's not going to be pretty, you know. It's like I'm not.
It's getting the cobwebs out.
It's getting the cobwebs out, and it's just like, okay, I can race, so I'm going to.
There's something to be said about just going out there, and even if you can't, even if you're not 100% yet or whatever, it's just about getting the mojo back.
Yeah, I think it is.
Mojo back, you know. I think that's important. When you don't race, honestly, you have nothing on the schedule. You have no goals to go for. It's like it's amazing how much worse your training is.
Yeah.
And it's just
because like training for just the sake of training is just sort of like
you have no end goal.
No, it's just sort of like you know, you're just sort of
yeah.
But I mean that's sort of. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm back racing as of Sunday, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weather forecast is good.
Excellent.
I think it's looking good. I think there's still that little chance of afternoon showers last time.
Those races will already be over, as will the
yeah.
Has everybody done this race before?
Yep.
I have not. I have not done Lake Mills.
I haven't Lake Mills either.
You haven't done Lake Mills?
No, you have to.
It's like
I've never done
most fun.
Wisconsin World Champs.
It's the most fun. It's like completely laid back, grassroots.
This is going to be my second.
This reminds me of Leadman and Bend.
Okay.
Same idea.
Okay. This is going to be my second race day event in 2 weeks. I've never done an event before, but
the Aquathon.
The Aquathon, and I'll do this race.
This might be my first race day. I've never done an Aquathon. Yeah.
I've been super impressed with the group and the low keyness of the events. And then next week is another great race, Elkhart Lake.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you love Elkhart Lake.
Well,
don't you?
I mean, Andrew Starkowitz is the bike course race director. Did I tell you?
Are you officially?
I tell you I met the real Starkey?
Oh really?
The real Starkey.
Yeah.
Oh.
How did that go?
You know, it was okay.
So he's a real person.
Are you
He's a real
allowed
person.
to reveal
I'm
that?
not allowed to reveal.
I
I won't
Well, we
reveal.
were broadcasting to millions, so you
Millions.
can't give that out.
But I will say that
Is he an a-hole in person too?
he was rather intoxicated.
A little calmer.
He was rather
Like you were in front of
intoxicated,
him.
and we were heckling. I will say that given his wittiness on Twitter, I expected a little bit more. It's kind of like
Real life?
when we kind of get the movie
Yeah.
review.
Like if that's all you know somebody is their internet personality, and you find out that it's different in real life, you're like, this is sort of weird.
But in person, he's not. He's got to be on the spot.
Well, so they're funny, but I just expected a little bit more. But at the same time, heavily intoxicated.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
which
So
works
the
for some. Which works for
Yeah.
some people. But sometimes I think with maybe his wit, it's a little bit takes a little bit more.
Muted.
Sharper.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Interesting. So what else is on your agenda for this year?
This year? Gee, I haven't given much thought.
No. I'm
thinking about making Wisconsin, because I've had this injury, it's actually been about 5 months. I actually got injured. I blame it all because there's a shutdown, for holidays over the, I blame it on 2 things. First of all,
perfect. Any good injury needs to have a good
I blame it on, there's a lot of factors.
None of them is you.
No, part of it's me.
No,
There's a lot of factors. However, the 2 biggest factors are, 1, definitely that damn VO2 max indicator on the Garmin 610. I kept trying to blow it out of the water. Like, give me a higher value. Come on.
Oh.
So there's that.
So this is on the actual watch.
Yeah. Well, after the session, it kind of looks at everything, looks at your heart rate, looks how hard you were working throughout versus the paces, and it comes up with a VO2 prediction. So I was like, let's see how big of an engine we can have here.
That seems like somebody at Garmin was sitting there and they were like, how can we make triathletes explode? I have an idea.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're like, I have an idea, and this is what it's going to be.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I blame it on that, and also I blame it on the fact that there's a shutdown. In Tucson, we had great weather all year long. And there was a shutdown, you went on the holiday times, where the pool closes.
Yeah, I think that pool time.
It's like the weather's still great outside, you're like, I gotta go do something outside.
Yeah.
When it just was too much rain from the get-go. Too much
Mm.
rain. So, given that, I'm thinking about maybe really putting in a strong focus for Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I have never really, it's always kind of been a back burner race, never really had a lot of interest in doing well just because I've been doing Louisville.
Mm-hmm. And you've done well there.
Yeah.
Louisville. I mean, you've consistently gone.
2 podiums.
Yeah.
2 podiums.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about maybe making Wisconsin my big race, and also starting to focus on the KPR for next season, because that's like the first race of the next season. But part of me, I have really worked hard on the swim, and I think it's already showed a little bit.
Yeah, 52.
Texas, on the Texas
That's
swim.
Good.
Which was, by the way, I wore a sleeveless suit, and it was non-coated. So, like the slip coating that's on wetsuits?
Yeah.
Well, I wore a sleeveless, and it's non-coated. So, I consider that to be a disadvantage. But I did it because I didn't want to risk overheating. But no, I thought I had a great swim, and I think there's more of that to come. And part of me would like to go back to Kona. So the question is, how do I get the points? And maybe do Coeur d'Alene, maybe do another race after that, or maybe just go for the big guy out of Mont Tremblant and just be one and done. Got to do well, but one and done, and then possibly go again. Because the first year, I went last year just for the sake of going, no real goal other than just finishing.
And you raced a ton leading into Kona. You raced how many Ironmans in the 2 months beforehand?
A bunch.
Yeah,
the race that definitely killed me though was that Great Illini race. That was the nail in the coffin. That one was a
Great Illini half. But you got a payday from that, didn't you?
It was a great race.
That's right.
It was a great race.
No regrets right here.
There's
no
regrets.
No,
but it was a little tough on the body. So I was definitely, it was one of those things where just given my swim, I knew that there was no way I was going to have a great race at Kona last year. There was just no way.
Yeah.
But if I feel like I could, we'll see. I'm not going to get a chance to see where I'm at again. I'm not going to have a pro race to go to really before Coeur d'Alene. So I'll have to do some deciding kind of foot and training and whatnot in the next couple of weeks. But I'd love to go back and do well. I think if I can get out with that lead group, that I'm pretty sure I can stay there for the entire ride, regardless. And then who knows about the run? Who knows? But I think it would still be you got to start somewhere. And we keep working on my run, obviously, but Kona experience. It's such a different race. You need to have experience there if you ever really want to do well. So I don't know. We'll see. If I was a betting man, I'd put my cards on chips on probably Wisconsin. Make it a focused race.
Yeah.
Could be less travel in general this year. Less
racing.
Less less of the kind of the travel racing, more of just kind of like the local, wake up Sunday morning, let's go to the Lake Mills race. I can't say going for a KOM.
I was gonna say
Friday night at 7 o'clock is pretty much when I went out there to do it. I don't think that's exactly like tapering into the race at all.
Maybe you'll just feel rough. Just get some spunk into your legs and.
Yeah. We'll
yeah.
I did VO2 max workout seriously hard on. Here's a quick story on Wednesday. Did a real hard VO2 work.
Was this VO2 on your watch?
No, this is VO2 on my heart rate on the Garmin Edge 500. And so yesterday, Blake and I did just rip your arms off swim. We were doing long course meters at Sherwin. We were doing one on the 135, one on the 130, one on the 125, one on the 120, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And long course meters, and especially when you haven't been doing long course meters, it's like,
I'm just like, oof. My arms are like, after going to long course meters, it's just like hurting.
Yeah, so it was like it got pretty like, well, then we went 2, 2, 2, 2, and 1, 1, 1, 1, set it back down again. So it ended up being 3,600 main set. It was pretty aggressive, and I just did the VO2 max from the day before, late night as well. And so last night, I got an email about a 5:45 ride going out, leaving from speed cycling. And I was like, I got back from my run, which was, I ran a 6:29 yesterday, which had been the fastest mile in a long time. And so I started biking out to the speed cycling, and I was already late out to speed cycling. And there was no extra gear to like make up the time to get out there, So I'm kind of thinking, I'm not feeling great, so I'm kind of like, ooh, I hope the group has already left, because I don't know if we're doing much.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this would be a really good excuse, and I would need to ride.
Exactly. So I get out there, and everybody's still there, and I'm like, what's going on here? It's like 6:03 or something.
Dang it.
And so I'm talking to them, like, yeah, this is a 6 o'clock ride. I was like, what happened to the 5:45 ride? Oh, they already left. We're going on a 6 o'clock ride right now. What are you guys doing? We're doing intervals up Observatory Drive. I'm thinking to myself, I'm on the commuter bike, so I got all the power banks, baskets,
fenders,
kryptonite lock, stuff like that. So I'm thinking to myself, like, oh man, this is like, I'm already not feeling good. So I was like, whatever, I might as well start out with these cats. So we get on the bike path and heading south.
So there were some pretty fast people there?
Well, it was kind of like the slow group,
Okay.
So I get in the back of the train, like I normally do with my commuter bikes. I don't have great brakes, and I need extra time. And I feel like I usually don't need the extra help anyways for the power. But I'm sitting on the back of them, and they're like pushing 39 watts. 39 watts. And I'm like, all right, it's time to turn around. We're gonna go the other way. So we turned it around and went to the other part instead. I got some tools. We're gonna mod the bike tomorrow.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
We're gonna shave some weight.
On the commuter?
No.
Oh gosh, I was gonna say, like,
the commuter doesn't need any shaving.
like you don't need to go to Walmart to shave some.
We are gonna shave some weight off the new truck.
Where? Oh.
Right in the aero bar pads, you can put your pads on, and they have different spots for the armrest space and the width you want. Well, my pads are pretty narrow, so I don't need the extra metal on the side. So just lock that off. That's a good 40 grams right
There's
there.
a lot of hardware. I took so much off of mine.
Plus, it's just hanging out there with can't good for aerodynamics.
No.
Might as well just lop it off.
Yeah, if it's not using, if you aren't using it for anything, cut it off.
So, and then I got to retool the Garmin mount a little bit that I got. I do a zip tie thing, and I'm trying to just do some drilling and make it.
Just drill some holes, Swiss cheese it to.
Do you have any tools? Do you have good metal cutting tools or anything?
I have access to drills.
Yeah, the dentist stuff.
Yeah, what do you need? Very small, tiny drills.
I was going to contact Brody about it, but I just needed just a nice saw just to go just straight down. I can Dremel it, but it's kind of like, it's a hack. It's because I don't have room in my car for tools, so I have a Dremel,
Because you're like, well, that's the one thing that the do it all. Do it all right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is my bike still there?
Yeah, just make sure it is.
How do you get to Lake Mills? Are you gonna bike there?
I was thinking about it, but then Blake reminded me the race started at 7 and it's 20 miles away. And I was like, man, I'd be up really early in the morning to do that.
Oh, it'll be worth it though. I mean, I think it's gonna be a great race this year.
It's not out of the cards, but it's not in the cards either, I would say. I mean, seriously.
Sun comes up plenty early for it.
Yes,
It's
5:30.
You can literally like ride your bike in a transition, put on your wetsuit, walking down the beach, and race.
It's probably good to warm up your foot.
But I thought it would be good also to actually know where the course is. Just take a view of. Is there a lead vehicle or something? I got playing on the day.
I don't think there is.
I usually like to know where I'm going, like where the turn is.
There's a map.
really
There
left-hand
are many
turns.
turns at all.
You go out of transition.
Are they swept? Are they
There's
Okay.
one that's kind of tied up.
There's
I
the
imagine
first
they keep
turn
it.
out of transition is really sketchy because they have all the cones set up and they have it all set up for bike in and out. So you're taking that first turn and you gotta go down. You gotta like really slow down. And then you get on the course and there's like a 120-degree turn that you'll make at one point.
But they changed it. They changed
Yeah, we're not making the turn.
No, we still. I looked at the maps.
Okay.
That turn is still.
So I thought it would be good to go out there and at least see the course first and drive in the morning. I thought it would be go over there. I thought that might be a good idea.
warm
So
up.
that's partially what I'm thinking about that. And then, I'm really
The run you can't screw up. It's an out and back.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the easiest
Yeah,
route.
the run I looked is on the path. It looks like it's pretty self-explanatory. But I thought I would maybe drive out there and then bike afterwards and then maybe some bike afterwards.
I'll probably bike back to Madison.
So you can get a ride there and then some of the bigger stuff.
Sure,
Okay.
I can do that.
He's like, we can drive a blue toaster.
I'll find someone. We can bike back.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe Blake took off and take me out there. Maybe I could just have him just drive my stuff back and then I could drive back and he could ride SAG.
He'd be like, I have an idea.
Oh.
You got any Gatorades in there?
You know he probably does.
Jerky.
What do you got? These sandwiches in the back.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So this is episode 1.
This is
Season
episode 1. So welcome. I'm glad you were able to swing by
Yeah.
for the first episode. Do you want to stop it? I don't know if
How do I
anyone
stop
has
it?
actually made it this long.
What's the running time? I mean,
What was our running time last year? It feels
can we
like
hit the record?
Does it
Can we
display
hit
the
record?
running
I got
time
lots of
anywhere?
stories. I got tons of stories.
Oh boy. Should I stop it?
Don't stop it. What are we at?
I don't know. Where does it tell you that?
Well, it's 9:41. I think we started at 8:30ish. So we're like an hour 10.
So yeah. That's
Hour
not too
10.
bad.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's like hour shorter
You got
than the last
15 minutes of
time he was on.
Man, I got so many stories.
Well, we had what? Last August? September?
What?
Last time you were on?
Yeah,
It was like
it was-
August.
it was-
It was right after Louisville.
think
It
it was
was
after-
right before Louisville.
No, it was after Louisville. Because I'm
Yeah.
on the Louisville story. But was it after Wisconsin or before
No, it
Wisconsin?
was
Before
before. It was
Wisconsin.
doing the podcast after Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But I feel like you had the chicken to sustain you for that. Because you were
Yeah.
eating the chicken during.
No, but I mean, it's, I don't know, I always got stories. Keep
Well, we
stories.
can go into what we're going to do
Yeah, we
next
should. So
episode.
welcome back. Lakeville's preview, the Raleigh preview, the tarmac report. Oh man,
Any good tarmac?
there is good tarmac. Right out, and everybody probably knows this already. Maybe it was done last fall, but as you're heading out on Seminole Highway.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that
we
one.
did.
And then the path by Shorewood.
But you know what?
No.
What's a bummer about the Seminole Highway is it they could have. Why couldn't they just extend a little bit further?
Oh,
Exactly.
That is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
It actually could have probably caused more stress.
Mhm.
So we all bottlenecks.
Yeah.
And it's just dumb. And it wouldn't have taken that much longer just to extend it a little bit, at least to the path.
Yeah.
Everybody would get on the path at that point in time, and it would be a problem. It wouldn't
Yeah.
extend it further.
Yeah, it is a pretty poor setup, but I'll take whatever tarmac I can get.
So yeah, the Shorewood
Mhm.
stuff is nice, but again, I've been taking. You know what I do is I just take University when I'm going to the pool. I take
Mhm.
Campus Drive. I take University.
Mhm.
I sit in the middle of the lane. I'm aggressive,
Mhm.
and I'm not going anywhere, people. Just get in the next lane over because
Mhm.
I'm not moving to the side.
Yeah, when you're
Yesterday I was biking down by we're doing the construction on Lake Winona right there.
Mhm.
People are getting over right on their shoulder, letting
yeah,
cars squeeze on.
no,
You gotta be
they'll
aggressive.
try to squeeze in there.
Exactly, you gotta be aggressive. You gotta take your
That's
space.
how I was hit. That's why I take my
When did you
lane
hit?
on Seminole.
When?
Like a long time ago.
Like years?
Like probably like 4 years ago.
Was that one before Canada?
No, it was before. It was before all that.
So just minor injuries?
Yeah, well, basically, I was going north on Seminole up to the four-way stop,
Okay.
and there's no shoulder, and I was in the lane,
Sure.
like basically like there, and a lady was going up to the four-way stop and basically sideswept me,
Okay.
and tried driving off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was sort of like an bimbo in like this giant car,
Huh. So what happened?
giant SUV.
You got the plate?
Yeah, I got the plate. Got her. She knocked me over, but I mean, I was banged up.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyways, I take the lane.
So.
That's why not to do that. That's the.
Which is, again, the path is nice, but you just need a path through.
Yeah.
To Shorewood. Taking that side road.
Yeah, it's not a good system where it's at. It's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's.
So beyond that, I haven't explored out any further than I just went down the path and I went into Verona just a little bit on my road bike, but I haven't been around, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when did you move back here? You haven't been here that long, have you?
I got back like 10 days ago.
Okay.
So.
Road trip?
Road trip, yeah. So I drove back on Sunday from Texas, and I got back Monday night. So stopped in Springfield on my way to swim.
Perfect.
On the way back.
How was
I used to live there, and I had one of those punch passes.
Yeah.
For like a 10 swims.
Nice.
And I literally had one swim used on this punch pass, and I've been holding on to it for like 8 years. I'm like, I'm gonna use this at some point in time. So I called up. I'm like, when are open hours? And they're like, yeah, there's open hours from this and this time. And it's like, great.
It's like tissue thin.
Yeah, seriously, it's like all faded and everything. I don't even know if still accepted or not.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if inflation is probably like 6 times the price.
Yeah, really.
It's probably a good investment actually. That's like 2 punches now. I got 8 left. I got 8 more swims in Springfield I can do.
Wow.
So you do one every 8 years. You got 64 years to knock
That's
this
4 years, baby.
You know what? We have someone who's actually watching us live and just texted in.
Oh, really?
Really guess it's PG. Who else would it be?
The world is actually still watching. That's cool.
All right. Let me see if my bike's sitting. All right. So just got
He says, question for Gerlach.
Yes.
I'm now running 165 crane arms on latex tubes.
All right.
Are you proud of me?
Yes. Everybody
You
should
can tell that to the camera right there, too.
PB. Nice work on the latex and the 165s. What are you riding?
Me?
Yeah.
I have 165s.
Oh, you do too? Okay, what do you have?
I haven't looked at my bike in like 2 weeks.
I think mine's
Actually, I think
67 and a half.
Okay. Yeah, everybody.
I think he had 165.
I do latex tubes still.
There's no reason why you need long cranks. It's just one of those things. It's just like it's like you can't talk to roadies about it because they'll just start some conversation up with you. But
What's your max limit on crank length?
165.
165.
I rode 165.
Didn't you run on like 150 last year or something?
Okay. So this winter, you know how my power cranks?
Mm-hmm.
They're adjustable from 115 to 180.
115?
Oh my God.
So I was getting a little lazy, and I was starting to take the bike downstairs.
I am so proud of
Can you imagine me with my big bike?
The commuter?
Yeah, the commuter bike, taking it downstairs, So at one point in time, I broke the crank. Okay.
Oh.
And I was 15 miles from home, and I was like, "Ooh, this is definitely broken." So the benefit though is that because there's so many different adjustment points, it only broke a certain section of the crank arm. I was able to shorten it up. So I shortened it up to basically I think it was 120.
Yeah.
So I rode 120 for like 4 weeks or something like that.
How'd that go?
Wow.
That was too much.
Glutes, man. My glutes.
Yeah, glutes
They were
jacked in there.
They were firing.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I mean, I some days I felt like it was a struggle, just because the cadence has got to be so fast.
Yeah.
To deal with that. And the problem with power cranks is that if you've never ridden them,
I've never ridden them.
Power cranks you have to.
Because you need to pull up.
You have to pull up, so you're even though your quads may be capable of doing things, your hamstrings may not be accustomed to doing things that quickly. So it was just tough. I mean, I think you could get adjusted to it and it would be fine, but 120 was a little bit
that
too.
seemed really tiny.
But
it's like those cartoons where there's like.
I will say that.
Fred Flintstone. That's all I'm picturing.
Well, I will say, I raised my saddle 4 or 5 centimeters.
Oh.
Was it centimeters?
Yeah.
Just to make.
Which makes sense.
And I was able to still get the drops, and it was even more comfortable. And I didn't change the stack of the saddle. So it was very comfortable still. But yeah, 115 is
not ideal.
There was a pro, Courtney Ogden, from Australia, who raced and won Ironman Western Australia on 145s in 2011 or 2012, I can't remember which year. So it can be done, but for most people, I think 165 is a great place. And you can certainly go lower, but I wouldn't go any longer than 165. So good work, Patrick.
Good work, Patrick. And those latex tubes.
I can't believe he wasn't running latex tubes already.
That's
Yeah.
You run latex tubes, right?
Well, I have tubies with latex tubes.
Do you run latex tubes?
No.
You don't?
I did last year.
Oh my gosh, you people! I free speed, free speed.
You
Oh
fools!
my gosh, latex.
Summer already decided she's gonna show up with a windbreaker onto Lake Mills just to.
No, that's the one I have Kegels recently.
Oh yeah, so she can test it with a
Intimidation
windbreaker, just be like, like in the most un-aero.
Wait
Possible.
a second. You're getting chipped by your girlfriend?
Yeah,
That's
She's
not
gotten
gonna
chicked by me basically every race we've done together so far. So.
Well, if you don't show up, we're just.
Huh.
I'll be there. I just have to decide if I'm going to race or not.
So
Just throwing that out there.
when we do
Half the battle, starting the race.
end this episode, whenever that actually happens, I got some things I want to talk about off the record.
We
Might as well
can
start this
talk
episode right
The after show.
The after show.
We'll charge admission for that.
Well, there's actually a button that we can press on Google Hangouts
Okay.
that we need to require people to be 18 or
You know what
older.
we could do? We could make the after show up. You can make it a paid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for bikers.
charge.
Like people would be just rolling in
Yeah.
with bike parts and latex tubes offerings for us.
So what we did a lot of times swimming with various world champions in Tucson this winter, and we did a lot of what I would call social kicking. And during that social kicking, it was always gossip hours.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't like a little bit of gossip?
Well, the next episode will be Gossip Hour with TG. This is completed. This is
Yeah, it's a new segment.
Gossip hour. Yes.
Gossip Hour with
Yes.
TG. Let's see what's going on in the Tucson tri community. And
Well, I want to hear what's going on here in the Madison tri. I want to, it can't just be all just give. I want to hear some things too. Drama.
I just got back, so I'm not sure what's going
As
on.
long as I'm not involved in the drama, that's what it's all about.
you know that we don't really have friends or anything, so.
You guys don't have any friends? There's got to be some drama on, what was this, Madison Street?
Oh yeah, tons. This is crazy.
Trader Joe warfare.
I haven't seen any drum circles outside of Trader Joe's for a while, so I'll take it as a good sign.
All right.
I know there was one
they're
at
building.
one point.
That reminds me, they're building that Quick Trip by Camp Randall. But it's convenience store only.
This is huge.
There's already a Quick Trip by Camp Randall.
Where?
Right down on Regent Street.
No, Quick Trip. Like an actual Quick Trip. Like the one in Mount Horeb,
So
Cross
you're saying
Plains.
like a nice.
This
Like
is
slushies and.
This is from the 90-year-old taxi driver that dropped me off from the airport, which I'm assuming he probably knows everything.
You're saying because the open pantry is right there next to Green Bush, and it's got everything.
It's
yeah, but
7-Eleven
this
now.
this is like where the stadium bar used to be, and that apartment building's going up.
So it's maybe the first floor, or?
Yeah, this is according to the 90-year-old taxi driver. Like literally, he's been living in Madison and driving cab for 10 years, and he used to do milk routes in this neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Milk crocs in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
As long as he still passes his driver's test,
he was actually a good driver. Like I was gonna just be like, I'll just go to the next cab at the airport, but I was like, this guy's probably more with it than like most of the people that are like, smoking with one hand and driving with the other hand, and like on their cell phone with while they're driving their TV. Yeah.
Probably because he has to. You can only focus on one thing at once.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel good with this guy. I just got a text from Patrick.
What's up with this Lifetime Triona shirt? Are you sponsored by Lifetime Triona?
It's the shirt I decided to wear this.
Well, the race is next weekend. Battle of the Bluff.
Yeah, that's right. It is next weekend. I did it last year after Elkhart.
Oh yeah, you did the double.
Yep.
You had a better race.
I did.
You PR'd.
I left Elkhart like you're gonna PR tomorrow or something along those lines. I was like, I don't know about that. And yeah, I felt twice as better the next day. It was like warmed up.
Meanwhile, I hit the double-headed arrowhead out there on the road.
That's right. I remember seeing you. You're like,
never
in
my life have I had a double blowout, sidewalk blowout. this arrowhead was like shaped like this, and it was two-pointed, and I was like, oh my gosh. I actually went back up the hill. I was like, what did I hit? What did I hit that caused a double? Because I was in the tire. I don't that kind of time. I was like, what did I hit that caused a double sidewall blowout? And then I went back and was like, this right here. There's no way. Two sharp edges, just the size width of a tire.
That'll do it. Right there.
Yeah, Elkhart was the penalty-happy referee last year.
I was not there for that.
I would have gotten for that too.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, Phoebe got a penalty last year.
I got a penalty too. I think Oriole got a penalty. A lot of penalties were given out.
Huh? What was the question?
I have he said disregard me. I'm on delay.
What's
Patrick? Oh no, he just said something. He said I won't tell anybody.
Oh, he wants to know the gossip.
That's the gossip hour.
You should charge $20.
Yeah.
It's like a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, yeah.
Oh boy.
We can even set up a little pool in here, throw some mud in here. Invite two people that do some mud wrestling.
Yeah. That'd be great.
A little tag team.
Yeah. But you could paint on a beard or something like that, like Hogan style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see someone and then do that.
Yeah, really.
See a couple bodies.
I think I
Yeah.
sense that actually.
She's like, I like that.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Anyways, maybe we can talk about that for next episode.
So is this what's up with this banana bird? Is this for me?
Oh, so you have some for the night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I was
waiting for you to dig into
what people just munch on it.
I've been doing that. I've been picking at it and munching on it.
Yeah.
He's going for a sterile piece.
I'm not sick or
I'm
anything.
going for a different
He
side.
doesn't want to get herpes or anything.
It's good stuff though. It was a full loaf 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, should we tie this up?
Yeah.
Hmm.
After hours.
Apparently.
We'll start our after hours.
Yeah, we'll start the after hour party.
All right.
All right. Till
Our
next
studio
time.
audience can.
Yeah, our studio
stop the
audience.
show.
Clap, 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 clap. And what do you bet that Patrick is still watching right
And he's gonna text fill me in.
now?
I want to hear about the after hours.
Is it still on?
Tell me when.
Go.
Go. Yay.